Harrisburg USBC Hall of Fame. Steve, again, we have a certificate that probably recognizes you of being inducted into our Hall of Fame. Steve, we also have the same clock for you. Yours hasn't been running yet. So. And Steve, we hope you wear your jacket 3 times in the next year, but if not.
Thank you.
And Sue?
Apologize, Steve, this is a little redundant.
That's okay.
From the Pennsylvania State USBC, and now this 30th day of October in the year of our Lord, 2021, whereas Stephen Haas has made significant contributions to and achieved much in the sport of American 10-pin bowling in the greater Harrisburg USBC, and whereas as a result of these contributions and achievements, said Stephen Haas has been recognized by his peers of being worthy of induction into the greater Harrisburg USBC Hall of Fame. Now, therefore, the officers and directors of the Pennsylvania State USBC themselves, and on behalf of the bowlers of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania they represent, do proudly recognize and congratulate Stephen Haas for his induction into the greater Harrisburg USBC Hall of Fame.
And now, Steve, a few words.
All right, yeah, I got a couple words. So, you know, I didn't know what to talk about. Beth actually said, "Tell a story." So I'm really good at telling stories. Tell a story. So I don't know if you know, but when you're nominated, there's a committee for the Harrisburg, and they ask you some questions and things like that. And the very first question they asked was kind of like, you know, what is it about bowling? What is it about this, you know, great sport of bowling? What does it mean to you? And I thought about that for a little while, and I answered it this way. I said, family, obviously, you know, my family, my friends, my bowling family. That's everyone here in this room. And I really, really, really love to bowl. So I have a great story with this. I hope that you enjoy it. This was about, I don't know, 8 years ago, maybe-ish. I'm not 100% sure. It was a tournament. It was a regional. It was down south. It was about, I don't know, 6 hours away or whatever. So we get up early Friday morning, and, you know, you got to go down 95, and I'm kind of tired, and, you know, but, you know, fighting traffic, and we get down there, and the practice round is 2 hours. And I wasn't feeling 100%. I really wanted to practice. And I don't always take the full 2 hours, but this one I did, and I was, you know, trying to figure some things out. And almost at the end of practice, the tournament director came up to me and said, "Steve, I'm gonna need you to bowl both pro-ams tonight." And I was like, I have A squad tomorrow. Can I get B squad? You know, I'm tired of having eaten. He goes, "No, you know, there's an accident on 95. People aren't making it. You're gonna bowl both of them." And I'm like, "Yes, sir." So I had like a half an hour. Like I had to eat, like go to the snack bar. And we bowled the first pro-am, and it's just kind of a normal pro-am. So as you guys know, you bowl, and then you move one leg over, and, you know, you meet with people, and we're coaching. And it was just I'm gonna call it a normal pro-am. I bowled with the adults. Then I had like, I don't know, maybe another half an hour, and then the next pro-am. And at this point, I am exhausted. Like I can't even see straight right now, and I gotta bowl again. And when the second pro-am started, the first pair was adults, and then the kids were the next 2 pairs. And, you know, we're doing the same thing, and we're coaching, and, you know, we're talking about, hey, what's the latest ball, and how do you drill it, and things like that. And I'm about 3 frames in, and I think it was Kyle, David, and myself. And Troop comes up to us and says, "David, Steve," you know, I go, "What's up?" He goes, I got a girl on my pair, and she is not having fun. She is just not happy." And I kind of looked at Kyle and I said, "Challenge accepted." So anyway, so I'm bowling, and then I get to the next pair, and Leanne, who wasn't having fun, was on my third pair. And I'm teaching the little kids, and we're having fun. And with the little kids, one of the biggest things we tell them is to follow through. And you know, when you follow through, you make a reverse C. Well, you tell the little kids that that's a claw. Because the kids love that. And they're like, it's the claw. And I have these little kids running up to their parents, the claw, the claw. And, you know, and we're having fun and we're coaching. And they get to the third pair. And unfortunately, this young lady, she wasn't having a lot of fun. She wasn't smiling. And, you know, now they're playing music and I got them going the claw. And I'm telling you, I'm exhausted. I'm in total automatic mode. Up, throw the ball, up, throw the ball. You know, I'm strike, strike, strike. And I can't get her to, I don't know, she's, you know, trying to coach and, you know, just not into it. And, you know, and again, I'm in automatic mode. So I got like 4 in a row, 5 in a row, 6 in a row, 7 in a row. And I don't even realize, you know, I'm exhausted. Now they're playing music and like the Macarena comes on and I'm doing it wrong and the kids are yelling at me and I'm like the claw and, you know, and she's not having fun. So I have like 7, 8 in a row and I had an idea. I said, you know, I went to her dad. I said, hey Dad, I said, when I have 11, can I have her throw the last shot? You know, would that be okay? Because I don't want to like embarrass. He goes, oh my God, that'd be great. That'd be really cool. So I'm like, cool, all right. So of course I go up and, you know, in the 10th frame now, again, automatic mode. Steve tired, you know, all day driving, things like that. And the pro-am was winding down and there was a crowd kind of gathering around, again, unbeknownst to me. So, of course, 10th frame strike, 11th frame strike, and I get up there and I'm like, man, I'm so tired. And I said, I don't know if I can throw this last shot. And I went, Lan, will you throw my last shot for me? And she looked right at me and she said, oh my, no. And I went, oh, I said, well, what's your high game? What's the highest game? She said, 240 or 250. I said, no matter what happens, this will be the highest game you've ever thrown. Are you sure you don't want to throw it? She goes, oh no. Now, I guess she knew there was people gathering around, so I kind of went, okay. Are you sure? And she goes, oh, all right. So she goes, I'm nervous. I said, well, why are you nervous? And she goes, well, you know, the people are watching. I said, well, it's only 10. She went, what? I said, it's only 10. I said, let's go up and do it. She goes, it's only 10. And she went up, and I'm telling you, she threw the best shot that I've seen her throw. It was fabulous. I knew it was a strike. Off her hand, down the lane, 10 pins explode in the pit, and the center erupts. Because then I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of people watching, and I didn't realize it. So everyone's like, woo, woo, woo. Okay. So I'm like, Lisa, I have to go to bed. So that's the first part of the story. So the next day, I get up at, 6 in the morning or whatever, get to the bowl, and you bowl 8 games of qualifying, 80 frames. I had 5 bad shots. I qualified second. I had a great block. I think B squad bowled, I think I ended up 4th. So on Sunday, you come back and there's 12 games of match play. So 120 frames, and if you win your match, you get 30 pin bonus, you know how all that works. And in those 120 frames, I had 74 9 spares. I was losing my mind. I was so frustrated. So like, you know, game 1, game 2, I'm like 3rd, 4th, you know, then I'm like 5th, 3rd. Now the top 5 make the stepladder final, you know, to bowl for the title. So the goal is to get into the top 5 so you can finish the tournament. And I'm like 5, 6, 4th, 5th, and I'm hanging around and I'm like 5th, 6th. And then we're getting near the end and I'm like 7th, 8th, and I think I ended up in 7th, maybe 8th, that doesn't matter. But I did make it, and I am not happy. I felt like I bowled great, and I didn't have a chance to bowl for the title, and I'm mad, and I'm like, let's get out of here, you know, and I'm packing my stuff. I got a 6-hour drive, and I'm hungry, and all that, and I'm grabbing my stuff, and I'm out the door, all right? And I'm walking out, and as I'm going out the door, Leanne walks in. And she goes, Steve, how'd you do? And I went, oh, you know, I bowled so good today. I just missed top 5 make it. I think I was 7th, missed by a couple of spots. I said, but I gave it a good shot, but it just didn't work out. She goes, well, Steve, I have something I have to tell you. And I go, what's that? And she said, well, because of our 300 game, I won the youth scholarship, and I'm getting a $700 scholarship. And she gave me a big... All of a sudden, all of that frustration, what am I doing? And it was actually a really good trip home. She went to West Virginia University. She's becoming a nurse. I still talk to Dad and Mom on social media. So, you know, when I talk about family, That's what I'm saying, and this is a reflection of everybody here in this room, right? And so I want to, thank everybody here, because that's what it means to me. That's what bowling means to me, and that's what this sport has brought us together. So I got some thanks. So I got to thank my dad. He would take me to his league, and then it was like, hey, Dad, you got to take me to my league on Saturday morning, and you got to buy me shoes and bowling balls, and then, hey, there's this tournament. And hey, there's this tournament in another state. So I obviously wouldn't be bowling, without my dad, so thank you. And I'm gonna go right to my brother, because I don't know how I convinced my older brother, but he would always set up the plastic pins, and I would always throw the ball. And he would like, okay, now you do the setup. And I'm like, okay, but I just want to throw another one. And somehow I never had to set up the plastic pins. I always got to throw the ball. So that was awesome. My wife, I wouldn't make it to half the tournaments without her. We've had a lot of fun. We've traveled around the world, and we got a lot more fun to have. Dot, coming to your house, bowling regionals, absolutely love it. So thank you guys. Now, I got to tell you this. This is my proudest bowling moment. I've never been more nervous is when my son, Mackenzie, shot his first 300 game. I gotta tell you, I've never seen that before. That's so awesome. Keep an eye on that kid. There's some good stuff over there, so keep an eye on him. Joan, I gotta tell you, when the clouds were the darkest, you called me every week. And, I don't know how I would have gotten through some of that dark without you there. I have the honor and privilege of bowling with Joan to this day, and it's absolutely fantastic. Daryl, Gary, you guys have been putting up with me since I have no idea why. Your grace, your love, I love you guys. Really, I've bowled around this country and around the world. We have the best playing fields in the country. The other pros talk about this area. They're like, you are so lucky, Steve, to be able to bowl in Harrisburg. You get to bowl with Daryl, you get to bowl with Gary. He's in the National Hall of Fame, and Daryl's, and all that. Thank you guys. I think we should give the Bowers a round of applause. There's so many people. I can't thank them. Obviously, I'm going to miss some people, and Earl's not here, and boy, I don't know why he puts up with me too. But like I said before, this is my family. Really, this is my family. And when the clouds were the darkest, everyone in this room was here for me. And when everything is bright, everyone in this room is here for me, and everything in between. And I just want to say that I love you all. Thank you.